Hey, what's up, guys? Is MetaGamesGX here, and we are going to do a little deck list slash deck profile that recently just won a YCS, Mikanko, Diabellestar, Ken and Jen. Going first, Mikanko? Well, it just took a huge YCS, and by huge I mean 300 people. However, it's still a YCS, but the winner, Michel Verissimo de Silva. Congratulations to him for piloting Mikanko to its first premier win. That's definitely a very impressive feat. No matter what, with the YCS being a 300-person YCS, it was definitely one of the smallest YCSs ever. However, it still shows the power of the deck in my opinion, so I wanted to cover the list. Also, I got some requests to cover the list, so I wanted to do that for you guys because I really do appreciate the support. We're about to hit 2K subs, so remember, if you're not already subbed, please subscribe for more. Alright, so let's get into the main deck. It's a 41 card main deck, and this is a going first Mikanko build, which has not been the tradition with Mikanko, but I think that's where the deck has been lacking because the deck has very good going first capabilities. You saw people like Jesse Cotton using Mikanko as a Tearlament engine early after the Tearlament hits, because so you saw that the deck has explosive plays going first. However, people were running the pure build going second as an OTK kind of like attack into your opponent and kill him kind of deck. However, that build, in my opinion, is not actually the best build, and now with the release of Ken and Jen and the Diabellestar support, this deck has really gotten a turbocharge for the going first variant, so I wanted to cover that, and let's get into this. We have 3 Nibiru for the only hand trap. Nibiru is just extremely strong this format, so I completely see why Michael ran this. I even run this in Tearlament at this point. It's very strong. I'd basically main deck this in any deck that you can, and just from the look of the deck, there's not a ton of non-engine slot in terms of what the deck is trying to win with, because there is very important 2-card combos, which I will link down in the description. So Nibiru definitely makes sense. And then 1 Diabellestar, the Black Witch. This obviously goes with the Sinful Spoils package, which we see a standard package. This thing just generates advantage, and it's very generic. I thought that we would start seeing this in other non-traditional fire decks, but the Diabellestar, very good card in this deck, I'd say. Able to extend, and really this deck is going for link plays, so I see definitely why it makes sense. And 1 probably just to keep the brickiness down and get that set and generate the advantage. And then we have 2 Ken the Warrior Dragon and 3 Jen the Diamond Tiger. 2 of the brand new TCG exclusive cards that we got in Age of Overlord. These cards are broken. I've been seeing these cards all over YGO Mega Ranked. I don't think that they've really had the competitive success until this point, and like we don't see this translating yet, but I do think that these cards are going to be issues. Like Jeff Jones said, one of the best players across time, he made a thread saying that these cards are going to be issues. So you're able to free hand rip and make Thrust and Talents live with these guys, and it's a part of the combo to give your opponent an acid golem. So basically the combo ends on an acid golem on your opponent's side of the field with a ISP Little Knight plus really anything else, because you only need 2 cards to get into that end board, which is pretty insane. That's a really good end board. That's like a gimmick puppet plus an SP that's getting close to like the branded end board going first. Now, I would say that they're also level 3, so that helps you get into the acid golem. They're very important in this deck, and it's basically the reason why you're able to go first with this deck, because you're able to guarantee that thrust and talents. And we're going to get into the small Mikanko engine, actually. 2 Hare, the Sword Mikanko. It's obviously a fire. Huli, the Jewel Mikanko, 1. And then 3 Ohime. I know 3 Ohime is very standard. However, the other 2 ratios are not. Maybe the 1 of Wind does make sense, but this is definitely a truncated Mikanko engine. This, though, it seems like it works because you're able to really just cycle through your deck very easily, like with the 2 preparations of rice, the Rhoda, the talents, and then your Diabellestar engine, so you're really able to just like find you don't really need to run much, and you would brick on more otherwise. So I see why he's running the truncated engine. And then we have the Renaud. So the Renaud is highly searchable. It's a level 1 war fire. So you're able to search off of Diabellestarr engine, which is really insane. And this is what you basically use Renaud plus another card in order to really just combo off. So it's just an extremely important combo piece. It's kind of like a brick, but it's really not. You're able to combo off with it even if you draw it, so it's fine. And then you run 2 Fire Flint Lady, which is very interesting. If you control a warrior monster, you special summon this card from your hand, send this card from the field and graveyard, special summon 1 level 4 warrior monster from your hand. If you do, your opponent cannot target with card effects this turn. You can only use this once per turn. So, and then 1 Change of Heart, because you're able to just, take your plays. We don't run the Zeus. We don't run Typhon either. So we're really doing this just to board break and really just make exceed plays and link plays. And then because we do run an extensive link package, and then we run obviously 1 Sinful Spoils plus 3 Wanted. We already went over that. Very great engine from Age of Overlord or Lord that you're now seeing innovation. This is why I think the engine or the format's not very much figured out, because I think a lot of decks could be using this engine on top of Ken and John. 1 great Mikanko Ceremony. This is very standard in the deck. It's a very good extender. Does a lot for the deck. 2 Thrust, 3 Talents. This is just a disgusting engine. 5 cards. You're always able to board break with this on top of the Ken and Jen engine. Just very good. I think the deck has a harder time going second, which is funny given Mikanko, but for that reason, it's still really good going second, because you can still just have your original game plan board break with non-engine. So then 2 preps just to search out the Hohime, and then get a really free advantage, and then 1 Durandal, because it's a really free searcher. 1 Mikanko Dance, because we still want to do Mikanko things. 1 Fire Dance. 1 Reflection Rondo. 3 Water Erbs. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. These are very standard. These are cards that we've every Mikanko deck runs. Maybe a pure build will run more of these singletons. And then 1 Mikanko Kagura, which is really cool, because I don't know if standard Mikanko builds are on this. So running the actual ritual card allows you to make preparations of a +1, and then you're able to and then we run the Spirit Walk, obviously. Very broken trapped. 41 cards, very good list. Very well built list too. It's very original combo centric. Very cool to see Michael pilot that. Here's the extra deck we'll go over quickly. 1 Herald, 1 Zeus. Oh, we do run the Zeus, so yeah, Change of Heart's very good. 1 Full Armored, which is one of the new guys from Age of Overlord. You can Xyz over it with a rank 5 or 6 and gains 300 for each material, and once per turn you can target 1 Xyz card in your graveyard, adds to your hand. And then if an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster you control, you can attach 1 monster your opponent controls to this card as a material. So that's very good for really any deck that can abuse equipped cards, aka Mikanko and Infernoble. So very cool. And then 1 Digital Bug Corbage, because you can go into that over the Cicada King, which is a generic rank 3 which I actually wasn't aware of, because this card came out when I was out of the game, and it just hasn't been very relevant, but very good, just generic, rank 3. And then Donner Magician is a bridge to Zeus, and then the Acid Golem for the Gimmick Puppet Acid Golem lock. And then 1 Access Code, Epo, Celine, End Board, and then Board Breaker, and then Extender, and then Geonator, Transverser. So this is how you give your opponent the Acid Golem. You use Geonator and switch over the Acid Golem. And Hida Ablaze for extension, link climbing, Lila for link climbing, which is very cool. I'd like to see Lena. 1 Isold, best card in the deck. Besides SP Little Knight. JK, that's the best card in the deck, because it's the best card in the whole meta. It's very good. Rest in peace, Waltz. 1 Bestial Druid Swarm, 1 Magnamut, because Tier Limit, he wanted to be prepared, and he did see Tier Limit, so probably helped. 3 Ash, because Ash is just broken, obviously, 25% of just turn skipping your opponent. You see what's there. Draw Lockbird for the Vanadium players. And then Harpy Feather Duster, this probably really actually helped this lineup against Mendadium, because you could just side all these in and they just Mendadium cries. And then 1 Feather Duster to board break and search off Thrust. Herald for Purrely, search off Thrust and like Marine Cess. Another Thrust just to see it going first. Or 1 spell or 2 Spellbound to turn skip your opponent. And 3-day barrier for that exact reason. Very good side deck too. I'd say this deck is very well thought out, and I very much understand why I got first place. And like there were very good players there. You know, Patrick Hoban got top 32 in there, so like nothing to take away from Michael. He did a very good job. This was the deck. I will do a deck profile on the second place. So if you guys want to see that, please leave a like and comment below. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.